Welcome. We're going to be using Up and Away stamp set, Fabriano watercolor paper, and Stampscapes. They're beautiful country chapel stamps. And I'm going to use those for the Alps, the mountain range stamp, and of course we're going to do watercoloring with my Peerless watercolors. I'm doing a mixed media piece for Stamp Nation's challenge for Switzerland, and I thought this would be just perfect with hot air balloons. They have festivals there all the time by the Alps. I'm going to take these little zipper bags and I am going to put mixed media paste in each one of them to form the balloons because I want them 3D, so I'm going to use a thick, medium, and light molding paste. I'm setting, I've got the watercolor paper out and I'm going to take my hot air balloon and stamp it up on the right hand side there with Versamark, and I'm going to heat set it with some clear embossing powder because it'll make it easy when we go to color and when we put the masking right here, this beautiful masking pen, and it works beautifully. It really does. So we're just going to go around the outside edge of this one balloon and then we're going to mask off and put another one so it looks like it's farther behind. And excuse me, I have the flu, so my voice is in and out, but I'm going to try and get through this video for you. This mixed media piece I thought was wonderful because I was reading about Switzerland and they have hot air balloon festivals and they have them right next to the Alps, like going towards the mountains. So I thought this would be a wonderful piece. I was thinking of doing it as a card, but the large balloon would just be too big. So I went with mixed media. I'm going to put it in a shadow box, and part 2 will be the actual painting and the coloring of the shadow box using mixed media to make this piece stand out. So now we've colored all the pieces and I'm taking the Peerless paints and going over first with a wet wash with a light blue. And look how it's just jumping away from me there. And I caught it. And now I'm going over it with 3 different blues actually. And then I'm making some clouds there with a baby wipe. And then you just, I don't tape mine down because all you have to do is heat the front and the back and it'll straighten out for you. So I've got my green wash on the bottom and my blue wash on the top, my clouds all ready. And now we have to draw that large balloon. And I saw a picture of a hot air balloon from a movie that was called Up. And it had a little house, and I guess this big balloon, hot air balloon, had a trillion balloons that were lifting it up into the air. And I thought, I want to do that on here. I thought it'd be so cute. And the mixed media piece would be nice for a nursery or, I don't know, just a really bright room. So here I'm just picking out the little wee house from the other set that we used yesterday. And that's going to be for the large balloon. Now watch how easy. I have this rubber eraser and it works beautifully. Look at it come off. You have to do it lightly. You have to be patient. Even though I'm going at 1 trillion miles an hour, you do have to be patient with this and just do it lightly. You don't want to take any of the watercolor paper off. So on this middle one, I was much more aggressive, so I took some of the lines out that were in the stamp, but I put them back on after, so I really wasn't worried about it. I kind of liked it plain, but I thought I better keep to the line that it was supposed to have. Just so pretty. And that masking pan, yes, I highly recommend it. So now I am taking a Copic marker and I'm going around it so I don't lose any of the crispness of the balloons. I want them to look like they're freshly stamped on there. And now I see a little bit of blue that I couldn't get off, so I just grabbed a little cutting knife and it took it off. And here you see I am drawing in the balloon lines wherever I see that there wasn't a crisp image. I drew them in myself with the liner. It's a precision liner marker thing. Oh yeah, this was so much fun. Mixed media is so much fun. I absolutely love it. So I am going to start coloring and I'm going to put some music on for you. And I hope you'll join me in just a little bit as we take out our Copics and we color some hot air balloons. Now we're going to take a piece of acetate to be our masking. And I'm just taking a marker, a StazOn marker, and going around the images that are here. And this way, when we go to stamp the Alps, I can see exactly where the balloon is, and I don't have to guess if I've gone over, if it's the exact mountains that I want to have in the range there. Watch how when I pick that up, isn't that gorgeous? And then you put it back down, do the other side, and it's all masked off with acetate. And you can see everything. Isn't that lovely? It just works out so much better. And now I'm taking some ultra thick, it's kind of got a pebble in it, the mixed media paste here. And I've taken a little pick here that I buy, and I am mixing them for snow. And you get lots of texture. Yet I go one way, I come up and down, and then I turn it sideways to get more texture. See, I'm rolling it out on the micro brush. And watch when I go sideways how you pick up more. There we go. How you're going to pick up more texture going both ways. And these micro brushes you just get at your drugstore. They're inexpensive. And they do so many multitasks. I think you're going to love them. And now right there I have to draw in a balloon. Okay, so once we have all of the projects set aside, I need to take out 3 different textures. I have a thick texture right there I'm taking out. I have a medium and a light texture paste. And I'm using Stampin' Up! Refill inkers. And I want to have an orange, and I'm just mixing them up with an old paintbrush. And every time I go to another color, I'm just wiping it off with a baby wipe. And now I'm getting a purple, and this is the thick. I wanted to go thin, medium, and thick because of the way I need the balloons to stand up off of that large balloon, because there's going to be quite a few balloons filling the space of the big balloon. To have that house go up in the air, you're going to need a lot of balloons. So that's what I'm doing here. And that's why we had the little baggies, because just like, you know, when you ice a cake, and I used to have a cake business, and I used to do a lot of icing. Brought back memories here. But I just took some little baggies and cut the end off instead of using my icing bags. They're less expensive doing it with the little goodie bags. So now we have the blue, the orange, the red, the purple, and the green. And then I am adding some yellow. Please excuse me for my voice. I have bronchitis. And it is approximately 1:30 in the morning. I'm doing this voiceover. Yes. So we're going to put them all in the bag. We're just going to grab a spatula and just set them to the side. We just do one, and you only need a tiny bit. You can see this does that whole balloon. And now we'll take the blue, and I went over to the palette because the palette had more bend in it. I was able to pick up more paste. And now the last is the green, and I'm setting it all. See how in the corner they go? And I drew out every single size balloon I wanted on this mixed media big balloon, because it has to, I want it to look like real balloons sitting on there. So here we go. We're starting it out. I am just pinching it on the end. This is the thicker paste with the purple. So these are going to stand way out, but wait till you see how I get them to lift up and look identical to a shiny balloon. It's awesome. I'm not going to tell you yet. You're going to have to wait, but it is amazing. Sometimes you get a little goober. You just have to pull it out there and just keep going. And as long as you get the kind of like a teardrop shape. When I show you how you get these to really stand out the page, they go see-through and they look like real balloons. And we will do that as soon as I get, you know, a lot of them on here. And this is so crazy cute. You know, a big balloon lifting up a house. How sweet is that? And I guess there's some movie on it that portrays a balloon that goes up. And I saw it on Pinterest, so I thought, what better balloon to have is a big balloon being lifted by 100 other balloons. Isn't it awesome? So now you can see I am getting 3 textures. I am getting a thick texture, a medium texture, and a thin texture. And so the thin textures will flatten out and the larger ones will puff out when we go to make them look shiny and like real balloons. So I really should have sped this up just a little bit more, but so now I'm taking a pin, just a pin, and some I want to be more flat than others, and some, here we go, heat tool again. Watch these raise and lift up like balloons. Watch this, amazing. You cannot stay on one. You've got to flick that thing around and around and around because it will burn. But look at, you keep going on them and look at those balloons. Don't they look real? It's awesome. And the thick paste came up beautifully and it made it really shiny. I mean, honestly, it looks like a real balloon. So I grabbed some enamel accents and I'm just going around the other balloons. I grabbed some white and black to do more balloons because the enamel accents raise up just like a glossy accents. And now I am taking the Irresistible Pico something or other. And it's like glossy accents, but it is thinner, but it works the same. And I filled in, now I'm poofing them out again, and now I'm taking this Pico embellisher here and I'm going in between all of the balloons so that it raises up when I heat it. And now you're going to take your glossy accents and you are going to go crazy. You're going over top of everything so it's even. I want this balloon, there's more glossy accents in the middle and than it is on the outside because I want it to look like it's concaved. So I've gone to my stash and I have gotten out some pearls that look, everything that looked like a balloon, like little pearls, and some sequins and some little glitter. And then I used lots of glitter. So now I'm covering that, as you can see. And wait till you see when this is dry how it looks like a concave, well, not concave, a balloon that is raised up in the center. It's so pretty. Now these are just little pink sparklies. I'm just putting it on there. I want a lot of color. This is going to scream color to me. Let me show you if I can get it. Almost looks like Smarties all over, doesn't it? Now I'm taking all of these yummy goodness and I'm sprinkling it over top, and it's starting to look really sweet, I'll tell you. And when this dries, it looks beautiful. Yeah, and I'm going to take all of it and throw it back on there. Not waste anything. I'm just picking up the glossy accents because I had the more in the middle. It kind of wanted to, oh, here we go. Showing you close up. Now I want to make a 3D grass. I don't want the grass to be flat there. So I am just taking the dies and I am tracing them and I'm going to cut them out by hand. So now the lines are drawn and I'm going to take some scissors and just cut them. And that way I'll be able to put one flat and then make a 3D grass over top. So it just looks like hills. And isn't that pretty? Look at that balloon. I just think it's beautiful. And look how I slapped that piece of paper right on top. Look at the shine and all that stuff. Yeah, it's like halfway dry. So look at that. I'm just giving you a close-up. And now we're going to take some medium texture paste. This is beautiful texture paste, actually. It is a smooth, really smooth. And I'm using this hexagon stencil that I had, and I'm going around the outside of black cardstock because this is what's going to be behind the shadow box. My mixed media balloon piece will be over top of this, but you'll see a lot of that kind of like a picket chicken fence mixed media look. And it doesn't matter about the inside, right? Because I am going to have the image, like the whole balloon image over top. So I'm just doing around the edges. Isn't that die gorgeous? It really is. And it washed off like a dream. So now here's my little house, and I want it to be gold. So I took some of my mixed media gold and I am just putting it all over, but this piece is going to be underneath that. I'm going to have two, I'm going to have a 3D house, and this is going to be the one that's underneath the main house. I just wanted a little bit of sparkle. Now here's the grass. I put some crackle medium on here because I want it to look like it is mixed media. I want it to be distressed, crackly look. See how when you heat it, how nice it looks? And then I'll take some Tim Holtz Distress inks and I'll go over the top once I get all this crackle on there. I think it adds to the snow on the Alps, like there's snow continuing down on the grass. And I'm taking some Lindy Stamp Gang sprays and I'm going over, this is Cream Brulee, and I am taking a darker version there and I'm just wiping it with my hands. See that? I'm just taking it from the mat and wiping it on there. And because I'm doing the house with a little bit of a gold background, see there? I'm just mixing it using every bit of that I can get. And I'm going to put it on there. Now I wanted to have a little bit of red showing because of the red in the hot air balloons. So I put it on top of it, and there is a little piece you can see, and I distressed it with the scissors around the edges. So I've got the glue there, it's going to hold this down, and I already put the one piece flat. I put it with the Ranger glue, and this one is going to have the tape, the three-dimensional tape on the back. See how you can see it down there? And then I'm going to take the whole piece once the grass is on there, and now it's going to go on the blue, and I'm going to distress those edges with the scissors, see? And that way when you look at it, it is red and blue and it'll be yellow. Now I'm going to take some Eileen's tacky glue. I just poured it out of the bottle and I want this to really stick. I'm going to put it on that black piece that has the picket fence all the way around with the mixed media paste. I think it looks so cute. And then I'm going to have it rest with all of these acrylic blocks on it, but I'm going to show you. Thank you for joining me. Have a blessed evening, and I'll see you on part 2.